Thank you for coming back
Oh,
to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
What are you talking about? Since we last talked on the show, you've had a crazy ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. You won an Oscar.
I did. I did. Yeah.
Look at this.
I know. Crazy. So did that guy over there.
That's
You won an
right.
Oscar
Questlove
too.
got one too.
Oh, no.
Come on, that's amazing.
That was a great night.
Yeah.
You made history as being the first Afro-Latina and first openly queer woman of color to win an Oscar for acting.
Yes. I know it's a mouthful, but thank you. I appreciate it.
No, you know, but I wanted to tell you out here that your speech was so moving and so perfectly said and well put. Everyone was crying, happy tears, and just so psyched and proud. I mean, what did that feel, and how did you feel when you got off the stage? You're like, did you know that you nailed it? Because you nailed it.
You know, it was really surreal.
Yeah, it was.
God, I don't even really know how to describe it.
Do you remember them saying your name and you getting up and?
I did. I really just wanted to cry, but that's not the moment you cry. You get up, you gotta walk, and you gotta say something. And
Yeah.
I remember thinking, oh, this is the time to say what you want to say, and that's what I wanted to say. That there was a place for us, and it's such a point of joy for me, especially right now, because we gotta hold on to our joy, people. Yeah, we do. You gotta hold on to your joy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was just so grateful, and I mean, I never expected to be standing in the same spot Julia Roberts stood. You know what I mean? Like Denzel Washington stood there, and like it was just, I don't know, it was really cool.
Also, I love the detail of your speech. It was like to the little girl in the back of it was a Ford.
A Ford Focus, a white Ford Focus.
A white Ford
yes.
Focus. That immediately set the stage for me, and I go, I love you. I love that you said that because that is exactly real. That's descriptive, and that's like it really happened to you.
Well, it's good to remind people like who you are. You know, it's like, yes, I get dressed and I look like this every day, but like, that's a real person. That's a real little girl. That little girl still exists, you know? Like,
yeah.
And there's a little girl out there in a white Ford Focus right now, and she needs to know that her dreams are possible.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. That's what came across. I loved it. So now you have the Oscar. Where do you keep the Oscar? Is this one of those things where you have a doorstop or you put toilet paper on it?
I
and
am
some people...
so not there yet. Like, I know that works for Dame Emma Thompson, who I happen to love.
Oh, who doesn't love Emma Thompson?
Work queen.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, nah, this is too important. So I actually have a fully functioning fireplace, believe it or not, that's either really dangerous or awesome.
In New York City?
In New York City.
Good for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I love it. Wow. But I have it on my mantle, in addition to the other blessings, the accolades that I received this season. And on my way to my coffee maker in the morning, I just pass by, and I'm like, yeah, good things can happen. Like, you work hard.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Be kind. You know, like good things can happen.
Yeah, work hard. Yeah.
Put in the effort. And
yeah,
you
be
believe
kind. Be
in
a
the
good
power.
person.
Yeah, just don't suck, man. Please. I am so
Come
tired
on,
of
don't
people sucking.
Yes.
Like, be nice.
Just be nice.
Kindness is free, people. It don't cost you nothing to be kind.
That's
you know what I'm
exactly
saying?
right.
I can't do it.
So not only that, then I saw you, we were at a thing, and I saw you, and I go, you nervous for the Tonys? And you're like, yeah, I am. I'm a little nervous. And I go, that's my favorite award show. It's live, and it's like, I love it. I love the energy. I love the whole, I mean, what talent in that room. And to just show off in front of that, and so many talented people watching you, and it's like,
oh, I was nervous. I wanted to throw up.
You nailed it, buddy.
Thank
you. You nailed it. And I go, ooh, yes. And then you stuck the landing. I go, oh my gosh, it was so good.
Oh, I love that. For you, it felt like a football game. Like,
yes.
Touchdown!
I was like, no, do that. Yeah, no, I was screaming. I was like, ooh, yes. Oh, nailed it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good. Oh, you can dance.
Thank
oh, you look good.
Well, that means a lot to me because I'm not a comedian. Like, I don't do what you do every day. I'm not Whoopi Goldberg or Billy Crystal for that matter. So when they asked me to do it, I was like, oh, this is something I didn't know I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I like hosting, and I like doing it my way, because not for nothing, I like people. I just was like, okay, let me do what I do. And I know Broadway. Like, I spent 10 years on Broadway, and I wanted to create an evening that was just celebratory and brought some joy.
Yeah.
I know it's annoying, but like joy.
Yeah, it was the first show back.
Back at Radio City, and I wanted it to be grand and sexy and fun and new and a little different, and not for nothing. Those folks working on Broadway 8 times a week, they deserved a good night.
That's exactly right. They put
did.
the work in.
Yes. So
Yeah, for us, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so glad you liked it.
I loved it. You know, there was a great quote I read maybe from NPR or somebody I heard from NPR, and they said Ariana DeBose should host everything. I was like,
Oh,
that's
God.
fantastic.
That's nervous.
But
That
that's
makes
a
me
good
nervous.
review right there. Yeah,
I'll
you should
take
host
it.
everything.
But yikes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is today is the last official day of Pride Month, and I know that you are a big supporter and advocate. What comes to your mind as we're getting to the end of Pride Month?
You know, I'm thinking about a lot
Mm-hmm.
at the end of Pride Month, and I think I just want to remind, you know, all my LGBTQAI plus brothers and sisters, like, don't stop being you. You know, fight for your dreams, fight for your joy, and remember, like, you're valid. I say it a lot, but it's important. And it's also important to remember that we're in a fight. You know, we can talk a lot about how the Supreme Court has just waged war on women's reproductive rights. But the reality is, Clarence Thomas was very clear on what his plan is. He's not just coming for women. They already came for voting rights. They're going to continue. But they're coming for marriage equality. And quite frankly, they'll probably come for adoption rights by same-sex couples. So this is the time to get in the fight. And it starts on a local level. So find ways to get involved. I personally, because I'm Black, I'm Afro-Latina, I'm a woman, and I'm queer. My country is at war with me. And that's hard. Oh my God, that's hard. But the only thing I can do is hold on to my joy and make a difference at a local level. So I'm trying to find the abortion funds in my community that I can support. So I can help anyone with a uterus, whether that means getting them to a safe haven state or in the states that don't want to support them. How can we support them? So I encourage folks to research, get involved, but do your part, because this is not about one set of rights, it's about human rights.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to be on a soapbox, but I'm not sorry.
No.
I'm fired up, and I
Yeah.
want everybody else
Be
to
fired
be
up.
too.
Be fired
I'm
up.
so fired up.
Yeah, be fired up.
Well, and you know what? This is a terrible analogy, but I like it. This is a time of planting seeds, right? Because seeds beget roots and hopefully really healthy trees. We got a rotten ass tree called the Supreme Court, and we got to root it out.
Yeah.
So do your part, people.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this. I do also want to talk about Westworld, by the way, because you know, we had Evan Rachel Wood on the show.
I know, and she did this crazy Janis Joplin impression.
Was that
like,
amazing?
Come on,
Was
she's
that-
incredible.
Yeah, she was amazing. But she was like, yeah, we have a great season. And I did not know that you were joining the Westworld gang.
Yeah, it was like a surprise to me, too. No, for real. We shot this during the pandemic, and I was really waiting for West Side Story to be released to the world, because nobody really knew what I did in the film. So I got this email about making a tape for an untitled project, and so I made a 1-minute video, and it turned out to be for Westworld.
Yeah.
And they were like, cool, so we want you to come be on the show for a character we can't really tell you about. And I was like, okay.
Yes, I'm going to do this. But
Yeah,
you really have to trust them.
Yeah, so I chatted with the showrunners, and I watched the first season of the show, and I'm not gonna lie, I got busy with a little show called Hamilton. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't get to see the subsequent seasons, but I liked what I saw, and I thought it was really special.
It's also beautiful. They're almost like they make movies almost. They look like
It
movies.
is. It's cinematic art, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And also what I learned is that they shoot on film, and there aren't many television shows who do shoot on film these days. And I thought that was a
Tonight
special
Show does.
experience.
Yeah, there's our
There-
show.
it-
Our
there's
show,
art
what's
show.
that? We do all of our shows on film.
That-
They want to really make sure. Yeah, we do film. But that's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky, and that just means you have to show up and be present. We shot West Side Story on film, so every take counts.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to say yes to this. And I went on the ride, and I'm still on the ride because I have no idea how the show turned out.
Yeah.
So I'm very invested in the season.
Yeah, I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Ariana DeBose and Evan Rachel Wood in the Sunday's episode of Westworld. Take a look.
Couldn't sleep. I just kept thinking about that guy. He told me I ruined his life.
Christina, if he confused a game with his life, it's because his life was already ruined. I mean, come on. Died suddenly, ex-wife. Hope Center for Mental Health is his charity of choice.
How do you know that?
It's right here, in his obituary.
His story. I think I might have written something like this.
Doesn't change the fact that he was certifiable, and you want to know how I know? He jumped off a roof.
Ooh. Ariana DeBose, everybody. You can see Westworld Sundays at 9 p.m. on HBO.